All right. Hey guys, 1138 here. I don't know why I'm introing like that, but it's already happened, so let's just roll with it. It's 3:35 in the morning, and I can't get to sleep. My mind is racing with the thoughts of this comic that I want to make, but I keep procrastinating, and I'm putting the work in it, but I'm not putting enough in, and I'm just kind of sick of it not being finished. I want to get a good chunk of it under my belt, and I want to get that done by the end of August. So, the stress of that thought is keeping me up at night. My thoughts are just kind of racing all over the place about it, but the nice thing is that getting in front of the microphone and talking about it is kind of has a calming effect, kind of lets the sleepiness get in, lets me get bored listening to my own voice because I know that very few people out there would actually find this interesting. If anyone, this is probably going to get viewed 6 times, all by me looking at it again after the fact later on. But yeah, yeah, see, I like to think that I have a fun, bubbly, engaging personality, like the funny YouTube gentleman, make people do the haha. But I'm very mellow. I'm very reserved. It's hard to turn that on, autom- you know, turn it on command. So yeah, I've wanted to make a long running comic series for going on 4 years now. My first attempt was in 2014, and it was called Mental Rift. So, why don't we take a look in memory lane and look at all that? The cover. Oh boy, it's cringe. It's really cringe. The eyes are too close together. I don't even know what's going on with this bush. I looked up a video on how to do 2 point perspective. So, that's what this is. Um, Basically, well, the way this came to be is I made a sequence about a bald dude turning into a nice, pretty lady with long hair, and that was the story I wanted to tell. I wanted a really slow, gradual transformation, starting off bald, and the hair length being an indicator in how far he's gone. Mr. Barney here, kind of poached me off the internet. I was young and eager and really stupid, and I just kind of went with his idea to do a parallel universe kind of thing. And I really wish I hadn't. I really wish I hadn't, but it happened, and I learned a lot. And these pages aren't quite as cringe as I remember them being. I'd thumbed through these once before. I can't find the original files on my computer. I don't know what happened to them. They I must have deleted them a year or two ago out of rage or something. It's kind of unfortunate. So then we have the first page. This was absolutely something I'd heard of the time. It's just like web comics have too many words in them. They're just talking head things. So past me was like, well, I'll get right in front of that criticism before it even happens and have the first page featuring no words, not even sound effects. Which, you really think a whoosh tonk would have been good for something like that. And then, I was really into Full Metal Alchemist, so the really jagged shadows under the eyes are kind of a staple from that show, and they were a staple in my art at the time, too. I was also working on Toon Boom, which is an animation software, which didn't work with my mousepad sensitivity. So you get really ugly drawings like this, where all the lines have the exact same thickness, there's no weight to them whatsoever, and it's just a confusing mess. Ugh. Yeah, what did I tell you? Full Metal Alchemist reference, Star Wars reference. You can really tell where my priorities were. This was going to be a Ghost in the Shell reference, but Mr. Barney talked me out of it. Not the other two, apparently. And I'm not going to be bothered to read any of these speech bubbles, any at all, because you know why. The story was bad. Very cringe. I guess you'll be reading them if you want to, if you're listening to this, which you're not, unless you are. This right here, with him playing with a pencil, you probably wouldn't think it, but that was supposed to be a penis joke. he looks at his nice blue hoodie babe, and he perks his pencil up. It's supposed to be kind of a little joke, a little symbolic joke, but obviously I couldn't, do any more than just the pencil, but you know, now you know the perverse way my mind was working on this February 23rd day. Let's assume I made it 2 days ahead of time. And then we have the nice high school. Oh, I just love the color direction of puke brown gradient. That's real nice. Oh, and I love the character design of Foggy Glasses. That's real original. I really do like the metalhead and Slouchy McGee, though. That's pretty funny. Mr. Camo Hat, but it's not. It's like Stitch. It's kind of weird. And of course, I was really into Full Metal Alchemist, but I was just as into Soul Eater at the time. We gotta have that Excalibur face. It wouldn't be 2014 Unit 1138 art without Excalibur face. Fool. I actually really like this page. When I was flipping through it beforehand, it's like the speech bubble flow is kind of garbage, whatever, but I don't know. I kind of like having the long shot conversation panels and another long shot. I don't know. Maybe it's just proof that I'm at least somewhat the same person aesthetically. This is dumb though. Green background with a green leaf. I'm not sure what that is. I bet you it's eye color. Just like, oh, this is Alex's side of the screen. This is Kelsey. Let's make a gradient of their eye colors, which wish I'd done more things like that, because this background is the definition of boring. And why are there no chairs? Are they just squatting? Are they just squatting at the lunch table? Then we have these nice birds. I like this, the line breaking of the frame. That's always nice. Triangle box. I'm trying my best to be creative when I make these things, even way back then. Yeah. And I think I set it down here, but yeah, it was supposed to be a flying home to the nest kind of a thing. I'm just melancholy. I want my new comic to do well. I have a whole universe I'm trying to build with the Wiccans and the witches and the poor gentlemen getting turned into girls by them, but it's just so much stress I'm feeling, hence why it's 3:43 in the morning and I'm not sleeping. But if I chill out, then you get to this point where the second page is still so few. Is she just floating? Oh shoot. Yeah, I should definitely add like a chair or something here. Let's make a note of that right now. Let's jack this up, make it a nice bright pink color. Add chair. There we go. Save it. Well, then I have to retroactively add a chair in some of these other ones. But, geez, spoilers. Alright, so then we have him shaving. This is real whatever. I like the bar of soap at least. And then more of my classic sneak in a joke wherever you can. 2014 Kunik. I'm sorry, Unit. I'm only Kunik if you know me on Discord. I like this one. I like this head up my own butt, think I'm cleverer than I really am. Oh, it's symbolic. He's passing out. He's dropping into unconsciousness as the panel closes in around. Oh, man. The little spit bubbles, also something I think they used a lot in Full Metal Alchemist, was a real point of contention between me and Barney. He was like, no spit bubbles. I was like, yes, spit bubbles. And yeah, that was one of our arguments. So, a real great partnership we had. Yeah, I'm so happy I got into that. I like the soap though. It's not the worst composition ever, I don't think. Not that I know anything about it. And jeez, that's a face for you. Ugh. The problem with this page is that you can see I'm trying to do the same thing where it's like, okay, well now he's waking up from unconsciousness, but it's like your eye immediately gets drawn to the center of the page here, and it kind of ruins it. And it's just like, oh well, this is obviously the panel you should read last, but you read it second, and there's like, oh okay, well I guess I'll go down, and then the comedy's kind of retroactive. It's not. It's serviceable. It's not amazing. And then we have a Space Dandy reference. This is the guy he raced against in the 5th episode. Totally just lifted him for my own comic. Poor Kiroshira was trying to be positive about it, but yeah, no, it's just a stolen design. It's a Space Dandy reference. Nothing really much going on this page. I don't know. She's cute. I drew a cute thing back in the day, I guess. Cute in that one too. Not so much in this one. That Far Eye did not work out at all. And then the hair clip, the painful, painful hair clip. Oh yeah, her thoughts are going negative. So then we turn the thought bubble dark. I'm gonna. Well, no, I'll keep going. Let's power through this. Again, nothing really that notable happening on this page. My drawings are funny. I draw funny things. Oh god, it's so cringe. Everybody's eyes are so close together. I still do this to this day. Well, no, that's actually almost too far apart, but that was definitely classic old Kunit guy mistake. Was drawing the eyes way too close together. And then, of course, this horrible low poly car. Oh, this panel just jammed in there. And in case you didn't realize, in case the blonde hair, green eyes, blunted nose wasn't obvious enough for you. Oh, and hiccup right over his eye. I had to draw them side by side so you'd know. Nice pie mouth with no tongue or teeth. Yeah, that's good. And then turning his shoulders when he leans over in the car. That was a point of argument between me and Barney whether or not I should do that. See, that was the problem, is that Barney was like, he gave the idea. I think I already said that, but it was he said the initial idea for Mental Rift, and then it was kind of my freedom to take it in whatever direction I want. And then I would show him the pages once I was done so he could like approve them. But that's the thing, is that once you're done with the comic page, you're done. It was too late in the process. I should have showed it to him earlier or let him, but me and him did not get along. It was not always that great. And then the filler page, because this is May 11th, the last page was April Fool's, and then the next page wasn't until May 20th. So this is definitely when I bogged down, lost interest, started arguing with them. I like the movie theater color tone with purple and that hint of red. It's pretty good. I drew a really funny face. Legend of Korra was popular. Lifted a face right out of Legend of Korra. More Soul Eater. More Full Metal Alchemist. It's just steal faces out of every one of these. And then if it wasn't obvious, this is supposed to be gender-bent versions of the movies we saw way back in panel. This one. So that's kind of fun, I guess. Seems like the romance. Oh wait, no, they flipped so that this movie becomes the one on the bottom with Lady Skrillex as the villain, and then Melting Memories was Melting Madness at first with nice minigun machine gun guy. Before I played TF2, so he is not Russian or the Heavy. So there you have it. And then this is just where we completely broke down arguments, with the partnership over. It's like there's not really any reason to continue this. I was super bummed out at the time. It's just like all the effort in these pages, and then it just kind of got wasted. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't know. These aren't actually quite as cringe as I thought they were, but they're still pretty bad. Um, there was a Bleach comic I really liked by Garion or something like that, and it had animated pages, and so I was like, oh, I want to do that. So then because of course I was using Toon Boom at the time and animation software, so of course I've got to get use it to its full content. Here we have Alex surrounded by all her dark thoughts of, ooh, is the man who's gonna take advantage of her, and then a fade in on the fin. Yeah, that's real nice. Oh no, and then credits rolled. Ooh. Nice placeholders. 351. All right, let's just get through this is pointless if it's actually keeping me up to do it at this point, but hopefully I've rambled something sensible. I like this. This is like a shot I lifted out of something else, but it's a nice. You think they're gonna kiss, and then he just kisses him on the. That's funny. Yeah, that's good. And then, yep, nothing really much to talk about on these last few panels. I should full zoom that. Okay, yeah, there you go. You get to read them now. Okay. The alarm clock is still broken. This is really nice. This is really nice. The flow of the page is this super zigzag kind of thing, row by row. You're not supposed to read this one next, though, so I put the speech bubble there to block it and then point the arrow down at it. So it was like, nope, stop. Read this panel, then go back up to here, down. I'm not sure how good or smart that is, but there you have it. And then the final shot with this super ambitious overlooking the town suburb kind of a thing. I got good advice to shift this into the center to make it more of a complete thing, but this is still what I want to do, really. I want to make a comic that has some level of atmosphere and like an environment. I want it to be interesting with varied panel structure for the most part, and just hopefully make something engaging. And this clumsy early attempt with a person who turned out to be really not cool wasn't as far off as the mark as I remember it. So that's nice. Yeah. Nice supportive comments at the time. Yeah. All right. So I guess I'm going to try to sleep again. Hopefully I've talked all I need to talk out about these feelings of workload and wanting to make a comic with a world and an atmosphere and engaging characters and all this junk I want to do that's difficult to do, and just how I need to be a lot more flexible and working with what I am doing. All right. So thank you for hearing me out in the ramble. I'm sorry if you made it this far. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, and get your sleep. Don't be me. Don't stay up with insomnia. Get your sleep. Goodbye.